We are live.
Okay. Thank you, Joe. Okay. Shall we? Welcome, everyone, to the October 14th, 2025 town board meeting. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Councilman Wyshensky is excused for the night. And we have a public hearing regarding the Community Development Grant Funds. I'll open this public hearing at 6:30. If anyone would like to address the board, please step up to the mic, give us your name and address, and give us your thoughts.
Good evening.
Hi.
Most of you know me. I'm Chad Kyler. I live at 53 Westfall Road. I'm the Conservative Party chair in town, also a member of the executive board of the Erie County Conservative Party. And I'm coming tonight to talk about the preliminary budget, just briefly.
This is about a public hearing for the community
Okay.
block grant, Chad.
Oh, I got you.
this.
So
Okay.
there's an open portion after that?
There's, at the end of the meeting, you can address the
Okay,
board
perfect.
on any subject you'd like.
Gotcha, thank you.
If the crowd doesn't get too lively, it should be pretty quick.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. Seeing no one else, I will close this public hearing at 6:31. And under the consent agenda, can I have a motion to approve the minutes for the September 16th, 2025 work session and the September 22nd board meeting, along with the abstract of claims for October 14th, 2025?
So moved.
Motion by Ray, can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Joe. Comments or discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next is audience one, an opportunity for anyone to address the board on items on this agenda. If there is anyone. Well, that's not really on the agenda, but
If the preliminary budget is not on the agenda, you have changes to the budget on your agenda tonight. Is that correct?
okay,
Yeah.
sure.
All right, good. Do I have to start from the top?
No.
No,
We know
okay.
who you are, Chad.
I know. So I am coming to talk to you a little bit about the preliminary budget. When I looked at this form on the changes that are on your agenda tonight, I noticed the fourth bullet point, increased A fund, appropriated fund balance from 205 to $215,000.
Hey, let us catch up a little bit here.
Yep, I'm sorry.
Isn't the hearing for the budget, the hearing for the budget at the next meeting?
Yes, put no public hearing.
No, that's, no, he's talking about the changes
What's
to
he
the budget.
talking about?
Oh, okay. Schedule of salaries.
Okay, 6J. 6J.
All right, 6K, got it.
6J, sorry, I had that at the top of here too. So I'm looking, is everybody there or?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm looking at the fourth bullet point, increasing the A fund appropriated fund balance from 205 to 215,000. My understanding is that there is, for some reason, it's not on here, but there is a proposal for consolidation of dog control services.
Yes.
And my understanding in speaking with Dave Gunner is that there's an estimate of 10 to 13,000 in profit, and I know that's just an estimate, but that washes out your increase from the A fund. So what you're basically doing is you're proposing to rob Peter to pay Paul, but there's another proposal where Fido would pay for the whole thing. and the new town clerk can get the raise, and the taxpayers can save a little bit of money. So I'm curious why first,
There's, just to be clear, there's no raise to the town clerk. It's maintaining the,
my understanding is that it was to increase the town clerk's salary by $10,000.
back to its current.
Back to its current. So previously it was lower than that, right? But you're doing it through the A fund, so you don't have to mess with the tax levy, right? Okay. But either way, whether it's a raise, if raise is wrong, if it's just restoring it back to what it was,
There you go.
you still have another proposal on the table that could possibly wash that out. So you don't have to take money or raid money from that A fund. And what I'm wondering is, why is that not on this change to the budget in the first place? Consolidation is a big thing for the Conservative Party. It's right in our platform. And actually, the language is pretty strong. It says that local governments should be forced to consolidate whenever services are duplicated. And we live in a state where these little municipalities and towns are doing the same job all over the place, and everybody's paying for it when it could be done better if we consolidated. So you have this opportunity to consolidate with Sardinia and Holland. I would encourage you, on behalf of the Conservative Party, to put it on the agenda, first of all, and to put it to a vote and pass it, because it'll be good for the town. And, worst case scenario, you get to the end of a year and it doesn't work out, then you don't renew the contract. But I think you got to give it a try. Putting politics aside, I know I've mentioned the party a couple times, but putting that aside, it's good for the taxpayers to do the consolidation. So I hope that you'll put it back on the agenda and vote to approve it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you, Chad. Okay. Under unfinished business, first is many payments to Azar. Can I have a motion to approve the payments to Azar Design Company as follows? Payment number 20 to Azar Design in the amount of $8,012.23 for professional services rendered from August 30th through September 26, 2025 for the East Fillmore Avenue Bridge Replacement Project. And payment number 20 to Azar Design in the amount of $21,650.68 for professional services rendered from August 30th through September 26th for the Church Street Bridge Replacement Project.
Chuck, before you get too much further, I just want real quick, I just noticed this. We have two payment number 20s. Is that not a problem? Is that?
Two different bridges, two different projects.
Okay. Yeah, they just happen to both be 20. Sorry, I didn't want you to read the whole thing and then make my point. Yeah.
Payment number 7 to Azar Design in the amount of $4,335.48 for professional services rendered from August 30th through September 26th, 2025 for the Brookley Bridge Replacement Project. Payment number 10 to Azar Design Company in the amount of $7,947.86 for professional services from August 30th through September 26th, 2025 for the Cornwall Road Culvert Replacement. And payment number 8 to Azar Design Company in the amount of $9,917.16 for professional services from August 30th through September 26, 2025 for the Shear Avenue Bridge Replacement. Funds will be dispersed from H7 5120.210. Can I have that motion?
So moved.
Motion by Joe. Can I have a second? Second. Second by Ray. Comments or discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next is the West Falls Road Site Plan. Can I have a motion to adopt the following site plan for the property? There's a couple misprints in here. The property is at 35 West Falls Road, not 53. So, can I have a motion to adopt the following site plan for the property at 35 West Falls Road as follows? Whereas Tom Steins, on behalf of St. Paul's Lutheran Church, has submitted a site plan review application for the vestibule addition to the church at 35 West Falls Road, West Falls, New York. And whereas at their September 3rd, 2025 meeting, the Aurora Town Planning Board recommend approval of the site plan as submitted. And whereas the code enforcement officer determined this to be a type 2 action under seeker No further action is required under seeker. Now therefore be it resolved that the site plan consisting of the addition of the vestibule at the church at 35 West Falls Road, West Falls, New York, is approved by the town board.
So moved.
Motion by Ray,
Second.
second by Joe. Comments or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next is the property at 400 Quaker Road. Can I have a motion to adopt the following resolution? Resolved that the town board of the town of Aurora declares itself interested agency with regard to the seeker for the site plan application for the parking lot expansion at SBL number 175.06-3-8 Quaker Road in conjunction with the office building and parking lot expansion of the village of East Aurora parcel at 400 Quaker Road. And further resolved that after considering the action stated herein, reviewing the criteria contained in section 617.11, the rules and regulations of the State Environmental Quality Review Act determines that the action is an unlisted action, and further resolved that the town board of the town of Aurora has determined that this unlisted action will result in no significant adverse impacts on the environment, and therefore an environmental impact statement need not be prepared. And be further resolved that a negative declaration is issued with regard to the site plan for the parking lot expansion at SBL number 175.06-3-8 Quaker Road, East Aurora, New York.
So moved.
Motion by Joe. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ray. Comments or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And the resolution. Can I have a motion to adopt the resolution for the parking lot expansion at 400 Quaker Road? And I'll just read the now therefore be it resolved. Now therefore be it resolved that the site plan for SBL number 175.06-3-8 Quaker Road, East Aurora, New York, consisting of a parking lot configuration and expansion, is approved by the town board of Aurora.
So moved.
Motion by Ray.
Second.
Second by Joe. Comments or discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Under new business. This is a request from Steve. Can I have a motion to approve adding the stated 5 delinquent water customers to the 2026 Erie County tax roll as listed?
Is it me? So moved.
Can I have? Thank you, Joe. Can I have a second?
And I will second that.
Motion by Ray. Comments or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next is the snow and ice agreement. Can I have a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the 2025 through 2028 Erie County intermunicipal snow removal and ice control agreement?
So moved.
Motion by Ray,
Second.
second by Joe. Comments or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next is the Community Development Block Grant. Can I have a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign, submit, and execute contracts for the 2026-27 Erie County Community Development Block Grant Program for the following project upon approval of the ECC DBG, continuation of the Rural Transit Services Incorporated?
So moved.
Motion by Joe. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ray. Comments or discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have our lighting code. Can I have a motion to refer the draft dated 9/29/2025 of the lighting code to the planning board for review and comments?
So moved.
Motion by Ray, can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Joe, comments or discussion?
Great work by everybody involved in this one.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Rich.
Yeah, learned
Yeah.
more about lighting than I ever thought I
But we're afraid to
What
ask.
you needed to know, huh?
would. Exactly.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have a budget transfer from Highway. Can I have a motion to approve the budget transfers from Highway Superintendent Dave Gunner as listed?
So moved.
Motion by Joe, can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ray. Comments or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And we have a budget transfer from Martha. Can I have a motion to approve the budget transfers from Town Clerk Martha Lybrock as listed?
So moved.
Motion by Ray, can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Joe, comments or discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next is another request from Dave. Can I have a motion to approve the sale of the 1997 Tarco leaf collector to the town of Canadice in the amount of $3,000?
So moved.
Motion by Joe, can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ray, comments or discussion?
Is that the town, Canadice? I thought it was Canadia. No? It's Canadice?
I think it's Canadice, but
I've never heard of it before. Where is it?
It's just south
I
of
forgot.
Rochester, but
Oh.
I had to Google. I never heard of it either.
Thanks for admitting that, not being like, duh.
can the town clerk make sure to record that I provided fair market value for the sale?
Oh, it says
Okay,
that.
thank you.
Any other comments?
No comments.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, can I have a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign a settlement agreement?
So moved.
Motion by Ray, can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Joe, comments or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, can I have a motion to approve referring the many violations listed from the Assistant Code Enforcement Officer to the Town Prosecutor for Justice Court action?
So moved.
Motion by Joe, can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ray. Comments or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next is the tentative budget changes. Can I have a motion to approve the following budget changes made to the 2026 tentative budget? They were updated the taxable valuations, added the delinquent Erie County Water Authority payments of $1,206.60, increased appropriation line A 1410.100, the town clerk's salary from $70,000 to $76,383, increased the A fund appropriation fund balance from $205,000 to $215,000, increased revenue line A 1972, programs for the aging, from $4,500 to $5,000, increased the revenue line A 2455, gas well commission production, from $3,500 to $4,500, and decrease the appropriation line A 6772.402, rural transit, from $1,200 to $804.
So moved.
Motion by Ray, can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Joe. Comments or discussion?
Thank you for your work on that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next is the public hearing, and before we get into that, I'd just like to go through a few things that this board has done with this budget. So along with those budget changes that we had there, what we did was increase everyone's salary 3% or $1 an hour, whichever was greater, to help the lower end pay scales there, to help them keep up with that. We also increased the amount that the town contributed to their health insurance by another 12%. We don't have the final numbers, exactly where they are, but we're told that that is most likely very, very close to where it is. We're doing the best that we can, and I just also would like to make a note that between what we did last year and what we're doing this year, we've increased the town's contribution to their health insurance over 40%. And that sadly mirrors what the increases in the premiums are.
It's bananas.
But we're truly doing the best that we can to keep up with that for our employees.
And I appreciate you taking the lead on that, Chuck. I think it's important, but I think we all recognize that it's untenable, that we have to keep kicking money towards health insurance instead of giving raises that actually end up in people's pockets to keep people from moving backwards. And it's nothing we control, but it's
Yes,
a shame that health insurance has us so bottled up.
exactly. You're exactly right, Joe. But we always find a way to do it, and we always keep, you'll hear the increases in the, but we always keep them pretty modest, so.
And I echo what Joe said. Thanks for taking the lead on that. Appreciate it.
We're a
You
team.
know,
We're a team. We all work together.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the board is a team, Dave.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what this is about. Because this is the budget. And I would like to just read off where the elected officials ended up. Some we did better than others. The 4 councilmen will be making $15,000 apiece each. The 2 town justices will be making $40,729. The supervisor will make $48,031. The town clerk will make $76,383, along with a stipend for the clerk registrar of $1,000. The superintendent of highways will make $78,674. The superintendent of highways for parks will make another $13,054. Superintendent of highways for buildings, $6,656. Superintendent of highways for water director, $1,093. Superintendent of highways for dog control, $5,058. And the superintendent of highways for bridge director, $5,796. And all of that said, in the A fund, we will have with this budget, we will have a 2.82% increase. The B fund, the general fund, town outside the village, would be a decrease of 0.12. The highway fund, town outside, or town-wide, I'm sorry, that's really the bridges is the biggest part of that. It would be a 5.17% increase, but that's such a small amount of money in that line that even a few dollar increase ends up looking like a big percentage, but it's a very small dollar amount increase. And then the town outside the village will have a 0.2% increase. So that's where that's at. And with that, I would like to make a motion to set a public hearing. So can I have a motion to set a public hearing by the Aurora Town Board at 6:30 PM on the 27th day of October 2025 in the Aurora Municipal Center Meeting Room, 575 Oakwood Avenue, East Aurora, New York. And such a hearing may be heard from in favor or against the budget as compiled.
So moved.
Motion by Joe. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ray. Comments or discussion?
This is still a preliminary budget?
Yes, it is.
Yes, so we haven't set the final budget as of yet.
Yep, and we'll get to public comments next.
Yep, perfect.
Next week, too. All right. Under communications, I'd just like to make a note that the Mill Road request to reduce the speed limit was denied. But other than that, we've got the September 2025 reports from the senior center, the town clerk tax, town clerk water, work requisitions, dog control, building department, and the supervisor's report. Business from board members. We'll start with Ray.
All right, thank you. First of all, as far as the comprehensive plan, I do have flyers in the back, but we had our final steering committee meeting last Friday. It went very well. A lot of changes based on input that we had received. So what we're going to do is present that at a public workshop. It'll be next Wednesday, the 22nd, from 5:30 to 7:30 at East Aurora High School cafeteria. So you'll be able to walk around the cafeteria. We'll have easels set up with information, and you'll be able to give your feedback. And again, the flyers are in the back. You can put it on your refrigerator to remind you to show up next Wednesday. Additionally, what we're going to do is have all the documentation posted to the website, the comprehensive plan website. That'll happen this week. Josh from Labella is fine-tuning all that, and he'll be posting that in the next couple of days. So you'll be able to preview that before you actually show up at the meeting. You know, be prepared with any of your questions. Secondly, I did attend the NEST meeting a couple weeks ago, and we had a composter sale again this year. It was not quite as successful as the one we had last year. So each municipality was entitled to 2. Dave was kind enough to go and grab the 2 that we have, and they're at the town barns. Now it's up to us to decide how to distribute those if we do. I am going to go to the Climate Smart meeting this Wednesday, and I think that might be a good place to start to see if they have any ideas for that. If anybody else has an idea about what we should do with those. I have one, it's great, pretty simple, to start composting, but, we'll have some ideas coming out of that about what we're gonna do with it. Secondly, when I was at the NEST meeting, we had a guest speaker. His name is Tyler Hamilton. He's the Erie County Compost Outreach Specialist, okay? And 2 things that he brought up. Number one, a pilot program. They're looking for 5 municipalities to participate in this. First one is Alden, and the Alden High School is gathering up, their compost wastes and transporting that. I guess there's a compost facility attached to the correctional facility.
Yeah, but we haven't even get access to it. Are they giving access now?
Yes.
Okay.
So, that's an opportunity. Secondly is, and it's Lake to Field Organics Program. And he's willing, along with his cohort, to come and give presentations to the community to teach people how to compost. And that can also add to, our Climate Smart initiatives and add points to our program. So what I'd like to propose, and I'll talk to you about this, Chuck, perhaps having those people come to our next either October or November work session, have the Climate Smart people there, maybe even ACES, so that we can get a consensus among all those people if we can participate in either or both of those programs.
Sure.
And then sadly, District 8 sewer meeting, we were supposed to go on a tour of the facility. And unfortunately, due to the rain and 2 people not being able to go on the tour, it was postponed.
The one here in EA or the big
Yeah.
one? Other one in EA?
Yeah,
That's
the one
cool.
here in EA.
That's a bummer, huh?
Yeah, they were doing some work to it too. So
Yeah, I
with
saw
the
it.
rain, okay, so between that and the rain, it would have been just a mess. So we'll have that tour later on. It's really exciting.
Hey, it's cool. It's great stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, it
You
is.
worked there, right?
I did. It's fascinating how we clean our water. Yeah, I do. I think so anyway.
And that's it.
Thank you, Ray.
Good job.
Joe?
2 things. I don't think we've met since the kayak launch went in at Majors. Thank you very much to Dave and the crew at the highway. It's just kind of a test run now because the creek conditions are suboptimal. But I think you piloted a great idea through and made it into a reality, which hopefully in the spring will be able to avail ourselves. I have a few thoughts on a gangway or something,
Yeah, I think we'll probably adapt the parking situation, kind of
Yeah.
get some feedback already, so we'll work on it.
Yeah, exactly, right, but it's, the first journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step, right, so
Yeah.
we're on our way. The other thing is, I've gotten some hot off the press information about our deer program from our supervisor, and we had a total of 34 property owners reach out for additional doe permits, of which one has already returned for additional doe permits on top of those initial 2. So hopefully, and every doe becomes 2, which they become 2, and that's the whole point of the management program. So I did my best to fill one of those tags. I was unsuccessful as of yet, but our program is off and running. We had a whole room full of people here asking us to do something about the deer, and here we are at deer season, and we had our ducks in a row, and we're doing it. So that is a win-win-win. So, and that is all I have.
Thank you, Joe. I'd just like to let everybody know that Planning Board Chairman Doug Crow and myself attended a land use seminar for 3 days. I only made 2.5 of the 3 days because somebody wanted to get paid. But it was truly one of the best seminars that I've probably ever been to in my life. And I've been to a lot of them, but it was moved fast, always new information and great presenters. And it was really good seminar. So thank you, Doug, for attending. Because about halfway through the second day there, it gets a little bit like this isn't quite as exciting as a town board meeting, say, but it was a great seminar. It truly was. And also, I met with high school principal Bill Roberts this past week, just to discuss such things as where we were with security and things that we have to worry about it like that, and where, I mean, it's totally different because you don't walk through those front doors anymore. You have to be let in, and then you get in the vestibule, and that's all bulletproof glass, and you slide a piece of paper under there, and so it's completely different, but very secure. I don't know what more we could do, honestly, but that went well, and we also discussed what changes there are with now that we have the legalization of marijuana, even though they're kids, but kids are kids, and he said that they're dealing with it. It appears that the use is there. But,
I think it might have been there before legalization too, I suspect.
I'm sure, once or twice. There was kids like previous that kind of.
I didn't go to that school, so don't hold me.
But it was a great
I
meeting.
did.
It was a great meeting. And then, lastly, Councilman McCann, Councilman Raz, and myself attended the ribbon cutting for the Aurora players, where Scott Beeler donated, I don't know what else, but one of them was all new seating in it, which were very comfortable and well needed. But I think there was a few other things, but that was a great event. So, and that's all I have. Next is audience 2, an opportunity to address the town concerning any topic. If you'd like to, please step up to the mic, give us your thoughts. Seeing no one, we'll move on to staff reports. We'll start with Paul.
Nothing to report.
Nothing tonight?
Nothing today.
Doug? Nothing to comment about the land use seminar?
Well, I agree. It's probably the best training I've gone to in my dozen years involved in planning board. It was very good. They also had some mix of site visits, which I thought was very interesting. And one of the site visits we took was to a battery storage system that is over in Lackawanna, Slackhammer.
Yeah.
And we're going to see if we can arrange for those that are interested a trip to go see it from the town.
Okay.
Because we might have requested to have those put in our town.
Yeah. Thank you, Doug. Rich?
Nothing this evening.
Nothing tonight. Chief?
Business as usual at the police department. There is on October 22nd Operation Safe Stop. It's across New York State. We'll be pairing up police cars with school buses just to make sure that motorists are complying with the red flashing lights. And just to hit real quick on the success the town is seeing with the deer program and the interest in it. The village is not quite there yet, just because of the obvious public input into that and the difference in the program. There's a lot of kinks to work out with doing it safely and finding places to do it safely. So we're still working on coming up with a plan with that and a cost to it, because it most likely would end up being police officers, and there comes a cost with the extra hours of doing such a thing. So we're working on that. And outside of that, Dave can probably correct me. I think next week they're going to tear up Main Street and redo it.
Yes. They were walking it this.
I'm not exactly sure what the distance is. Does that go into the town at all?
I think
I mean,
it's
it's all
by the
town,
Moose.
but-
I think it's just past the Moose, and the circle is going to be done as a night job. They told you that, or
Yeah,
okay?
you're gonna do the
So
circle
the
at
rest
night,
is it's
so.
going to be pretty challenging for a couple days in the village. So
So,
What are they doing?
the DOT awarded Main Street back in April. They just had a little bit of delays, obviously, and you know the complaints about the circle and the conditions. So it's a complete mill and fill. The road was last done in 2009, so it's held up a long time. So, but the thing is the circle they'll have to do in the middle of the night. So the rest will be during the
Okay.
day. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty good jam up next week. So go out of town.
Detours, right?
No, a mill and fill, they can flag it. It's just going to be a nightmare. If you can avoid Main Street, you should. Yeah.
and then lastly, we just continue to monitor speeding concerns out in the hilly town roads where we get complaints from residents. And last month, the numbers were up, so my message is getting conveyed. So other than that, we're all set.
Thank you, Chief. Dave?
Yeah, I know the board is really working hard on this dog patrol proposal, and as we keep going forward with it, you know, I keep compiling data on it, because like I told you at the work session, we just don't have a crystal ball, and a lot of it's feast or famine. So I just want to point out, we've been actually doing it for 2 months as of tomorrow for Sardinia as a shared services. We're billing them $650 a month. We sent out for the rest of the year, and that's how much they had in their budget. The proposal we have, if the board did want to do it, is actually $833. But in that 2 months, we've had one call out for a total of $80. Now, Supervisor Schneider did point out a very rare case where our dog catcher worked quite a few hours. I just want to make sure you realize the past month, he's actually made $566. So it's not a ton of work for a guy that is on call 24 hours a day to make $566 in a month. It's not a lot of cost. So when you look at the Sardinia deal, $650 a month already paid for his whole month. So I can't see how we can't say that this is a lucrative proposal. So I totally still encourage doing it. I know the board is still looking at this. I won't be here for the work session next week if the supervisor wants to put it on the agenda, but I'd be happy to keep trying to compile information for you.
Yeah.
I know it's a weird, you don't want information?
Oh, no.
Okay,
No,
you
I
shook
was
your
going
head
to
no.
say, Dave, we are truly talking about it.
No, I understand.
We really are.
Oh,
It's
trust
just
me,
a
I-
dead in the water thing. There's just some questions there that,
And I think I've answered every one that you have, as you give them to
so
me.
far, you have, but
Right.
there's more.
Okay, keep bringing them, because I can only just answer what your concerns are. You know, speaking of the kennel, I think that you brought up the kennel, that you're worried about that. We already did complete the new kennel, so we have 5 kennels that are already completed, regardless of whether we do this or not. So that's kind of an irrelevant issue, so I just want to make sure you knew that.
Yeah, but there's no reason to hurry through this. You don't need to rush this.
This has been going on for 2 months, Mr. Supervisor. 2 months.
Yeah?
And that's, what is not the hurry, I guess?
Why would we hurry it?
Because these towns need help, Mr. Supervisor.
You are helping them.
Okay, Town of Holland's the end of the year, they want to know what's going on, they budgeted, and, you know what, listen, I'm just going to let it go.
I think-
If it's not a hurry for you, that's fine, but I do respond to help for other neighbors' towns.
I think you should.
So, if you have concerns, please let us know what they are, because we have answered every concern. And that's all.
And with that, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Absolutely.
Motion by Joe, second by Ray.
That qualifies.
It's legally binding.
Motion approved.
Wow. All right, you guys have a good night, all right?
Thanks. Take care.
I'm going to slide this over to you.
So,
Thank you, guys.
Take care.